Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there lived a clever and quick snake named Sammy. Sammy was known for his speed and wit, but he had one major flaw. He liked doing everything on his own. He always believed that no one could help him and that he could accomplish anything by himself. He had no time for teamwork and preferred working alone. One day, a fierce storm hit the forest. The wind howled and rain poured down, making it difficult for the animals to find shelter. Sammy, being a swift and nimble creature, quickly slithered into a deep hole in the ground, hoping to stay safe from the storm. As he curled up inside the hole, he heard a faint cry for help. It was a rabbit named Oliver who had gotten caught in a net. His tiny foot was stuck, and he couldn't free himself. Sammy hesitated for a moment. He had never been one to help others, and he wasn't sure if it was worth his time. But then he thought about how long Oliver would be stuck and how much trouble he could be in if the storm got worse. With a sigh, Sammy decided to help. Sammy slid out of his hole and approached the net carefully. With his sharp fangs, he bit through the tough ropes, eventually freeing Oliver. The rabbit looked at him with gratitude, his ears twitching in relief. "Thank you, Sammy. You saved me," Oliver said, his voice filled with appreciation. Sammy smiled faintly and replied, "It's nothing, really. I couldn't leave you out there in the storm." Sammy slithered back into his hole, and Oliver, grateful for the help, gave a small wave before hopping off. The storm raged on for several more days, and Sammy continued to stay in his cozy hole. But as the days went by, Sammy noticed that Oliver would often pass by his hole, checking to see if Sammy needed anything. Oliver was always there, offering a helping paw whenever Sammy needed it, whether it was gathering food or checking for danger. Sammy was surprised at how kind and considerate Oliver was, even though Sammy hadn't been much of a friend to him. One day, the storm became stronger than ever, and the forest was flooded. The river rose quickly, and many of the smaller animals found themselves in danger. Sammy, who had stayed in his hole for days, realized that the floodwaters were getting too close. He slithered out, trying to find higher ground. That's when he saw Oliver, who was trying to help a group of animals cross the rising water. The rabbit was guiding them, one by one, to a safer spot. Sammy felt a pang of guilt as he watched. He remembered how Oliver had helped him earlier, and yet he hadn't done much for his friend. Sammy knew he had to do something. Without thinking twice, Sammy slithered toward the group of animals. "Everyone, follow me!" Sammy called out. He used his long, strong body to guide the animals across the flooding forest. Thanks to his speed and agility, he was able to help them cross safely. Oliver, seeing what Sammy was doing, smiled and continued leading the rest of the group to safety. After the storm passed, the animals gathered together to thank Sammy and Oliver for their bravery. "You both helped so many of us," one of the birds said. "You showed us that when we work together, we can overcome anything." Sammy looked at Oliver and realized how true those words were. He had always believed that he didn't need anyone, but today he saw the value of teamwork and friendship. He turned to Oliver and said, "I was wrong. I always thought I didn't need help, but you've shown me how important it is to help each other." Oliver smiled and replied, "That's what friends are for, Sammy. We look out for each other." From that day on, Sammy and Oliver became the best of friends. Sammy learned that no matter how fast or strong you are, you can always do more when you have friends by your side. Together, they helped others in the forest and shared their wisdom, proving that friendship and teamwork can overcome any challenge.